You had a great career. If you could say one thing that made your career so great, what do you think it was?
I think, gosh, man, I could go a lot of different ways with this. I think just resilience. Like, I think my ability to sit in an uncomfortable situation or in an uncomfortable headspace or whatever, I think is really high. Like, that's something about me where I can sit with something for a long time and just kind of get on with it.
Yeah.
You know, and I think there's a lot of times, I mean, with everything, I mean, you've been there before where you have a bad crash and get hurt and you're like, I quit, like, fuck this shit. I'm out, you know?
Yeah.
And I had those times, but I think I just always stuck with it. And in a way, it's like kind of the industry and the fans helped me out because one, I've always had, you know, a lot of support. Fans have been great to me, right? But I always felt like I had like an obligation to people because at the end of the day, no matter how hard it was going for me at the time, like I've always been aware of how lucky I am, and my problems compared to an everyday person's problems are probably, it's probably not the same thing. I'm sitting in a comfortable house. I've got friends, you know, I ride a dirt bike for a living, and you know, although there's a lot of stuff that comes with that's tough, I always felt like I had an obligation, especially when I went through something hard, to be like, to still have a smile on my face and still show up with enthusiasm and not, you know, it's a lot of times you just keep getting knocked down again and again and again. You got people on you talking about like, why does this guy still have a ride? And, you know, you just all this talk and you feel like you're just at the lowest place in the world. And from that place, I always felt like it was really important for me to maintain my composure and show other people that are going through whatever they're going through that I could, like, this isn't going to beat me. Like, it's not going to make me bitter. And I feel like sometimes that's what life is about. It's like, it's going to beat the shit out of you sometimes, but
how do you come back?
Well,
from
if you can just keep showing up, even if you got to fake it sometimes, like if you just got to keep showing up and you got to look, it's all about things you notice in life, you know, and sometimes you got to fight for that.
I feel like
that was kind of my deal.
I feel like moto teaches you a lot about that. Like there's so much work going into it and mentally being strong and not being too cocky. And just like, I feel like moto kind of sets you up for life. You know what I mean? Like, I'm still a sophomore in high school, but I figured out most of my stuff from riding my dirt bike and traveling and flying around the world by myself at 15, 14 years old. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like you grow up quick because you got to make a lot of decisions. And when you're on your bike, there's so many different decisions that you got to make like that.
For sure.
Yeah, but you're also, to attest that, you're also really good at kind of prioritizing, decision-making, organization, like kind of like how you would have to be if you were going into a jump, to be like committing to the trick you thought you were going to do. You can't change midair. That's how you're going to hurt yourself.
I feel like that comes from me watching and learning from everybody around me. It's like you're a product of your environment. And it's like, if you surround yourself with shitty people, you're going to have a shitty outcome.
Absolutely. Every time.
It's like, I always try to surround myself with successful people and just friends and people that are having fun all the time. Yeah, exactly.